Good morning, everyone. This is day 7 of Make Your Own Sourdough Starter with me. And today your sourdough starter should be smelling pretty nice. Here's my sourdough starter. And I drew a line again where I fed it last night. So you can see that it's not quite doubling yet, but it's doing really well. It's just about doubling. Oh, it smells wonderful. It has a slight acidity smell and it has a yeasty smell. So the slight acidity smell means it needs to be fed. And here's what it looks like. It's nice and bubbly. So how's your sourdough starter doing today? Is it nice and yeasty smelling? Is it lagging behind a little? Maybe it still smells a little bit bad. Or maybe there's not very many bubbles. If that's what's going on, then don't worry. Just keep feeding it every day, twice a day, and it will pick up and it will turn into a wonderful sourdough starter. You just have to keep feeding it. We did talk about the pH problems with water yesterday, so if you are actually having trouble and your starter doesn't want to get going, check either your water or your flour. Use fresh flour and use water that's not too alkaline, or, well, the water that's on the acidic side is fine because that will encourage your starter actually to jumpstart faster. But you don't want to use tap water that's full of chemicals. So make sure that your water and your flour is good quality, and you should have a good quality starter. So we'll go ahead and feed it today. This morning I'll pour out all but about 30 grams again. And we talked about how that doesn't have to be scientific. It doesn't have to be exactly 30 grams. It's already at 100% hydration. When you feed it the exact same weight of water and flour, it will still be at 100% hydration. So I will be putting in 60 grams of water. There we go. And 60 grams of my flour mixture, which is half all-purpose and half whole ground wheat. I freshly ground it the day we started the live event. So you can't really say it's freshly ground at this point, but it's actually pretty fresh compared to what you get in the store in bags. Okay, now we'll give it a good stir, incorporate some oxygen. And you can see the texture is nice and thick, whereas your sourdough starter discard is going to be quite a bit thinner. So I also have a treat for you today. This is, like I said, day 7. We're halfway through. Push that back a little more. We're halfway through making our sourdough starter, and I thought that since it's starting to smell real yeasty and wonderful, we would go ahead and make something. So this morning I made waffles, and I videotaped all of it. I don't have it edited or posted to YouTube yet, but I will later today. So if you want to save your discard and make some waffles, then we'll be making waffles today. The other thing is I'll be answering a few questions, but I'm expecting delivery of a new dishwasher this morning, so it's supposed to be here at any time. So I'll go ahead and make it a bit short today. However, you will get to enjoy the waffle video if you check later on YouTube. So let's see if we've got any questions. Hi Carla. Carla says, "Hi Teresa, my sourdough has not even begun to rise any. It has a smell which really isn't terrible, and there are bubbles, but that's it. What do you think?" Well, I think if your sourdough starter has bubbles, regardless of what it smells like, that it's trying to ferment. So go ahead and perhaps try feeding it maybe once a day until you get more activity. And then once you start getting more activity, go ahead and feed it twice a day like the rest of us are doing. Blake says, mine has very little bubbles and hasn't been growing. So that's the same thing, Blake. I'm not sure which day you're on. You may not be on day 7 like us. Or if you are, what I suggested before was continue feeding. However, you should check your water source and your flour. Make sure you have fresh flour and good water. You don't want to be using tap water. Good filtered water's fine. Bottled water's fine. You don't want water that's real alkaline because that fights against the acidity that you need. So if you deliberately alkalinize your water, then you don't want to do that for your starter. Hi Sherry, nice to see you. Thrilled with my starter. It's more than doubled in 4 hours. Can't wait to make waffles. Yep, on day 7. So if you're interested in making the waffles, like I said, check later today on my YouTube channel. I'll edit the video and put it up, and I will also, underneath the video, I will have the formula. And then if you like, go ahead and post your pictures of your beautiful waffles on our group on Facebook called Perfect Sourdough. So that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow for day 8. Bye-bye.